So you might have familiar with this concept of CI/CD pipeline. So let's say you have GitHub pages or any of your project where you have development environment and prod environment. So you might want to perform all of the tests that you have described over here in the Cypress CI folder when you merge your changes to the main branch of your application, and that gets tested across all the test cases that you might have described in the spec files over here in the E2E folder of the Cypress. And then later on you want to also perform a check that whether any of the test cases are failed, then we don't want to apply the merge request, or we don't want to merge the main branch before we validate that what are the changes, what are the reasons for the test to failure, right? And then we also want to permit that, let's say if there are no failures, then we want to merge the changes to the main branch. So those all the changes, all the things that how to set up CI/CD pipeline for the Cypress, that we are going to see in today's video. So let's get started with this video without wasting much time. So this is the folder where I have created the lab requester, Arista lab requester project, which is nothing but this GitHub page that you might have seen in our earlier videos, or I have suggested you previously that you can use this URL if you want to learn, practice your Cypress, writing the Cypress test cases and stuff like that. So you can use this URL. Now I have created this project inside this directory, and if you can see that I have Cypress already inside this folder. So over here, certain of the test cases that we have described over here, they are also using this Arista lab requester URL, but they are not directly described inside this Arista lab requester project. So in that case, if we say that we are not allowing the merge request to be merged to the main branch when certain test cases are failed, so that doesn't make more sense. Although we are going to see that how we can perform those write the CI.yml file. So let's get to the file now. So first, this is nothing but the name of the Cypress or GitHub Actions that we want to keep. And then when we want to perform this workflow, so when we have certain push to the main branch or pull request to the main branch, so we can also describe any other branch if we want to using this comma, writing this comma over here. Now we have certain jobs. So first is Cypress run, and it runs on the Ubuntu latest machine. Then what are the steps that we want to perform on this run? So first it is to check out the code where it clones all and this entire repository. For that we don't need to describe any manual test or any code. Instead we can use already described GitHub Actions that we have on the GitHub forum. So we are using this actions/checkout@v4. That is the GitHub action that is available by default. This v4 at when I'm making this video, we have this checkout version 4, but later on it can also get changed. So be sure to change your ci.yml file if you are watching this video far in the future. Now step 2 is to set up the node. So it will run this npm, or it will cache this npm, and it will set up the node inside our machine. And then it will install all the dependencies using this command. Then it will run the Cypress. Then it will test that whether there are certain failures. So on the failures, it will upload the Cypress screenshot and the videos as part of the GitHub artifacts. And then we will check that whether we have failure, then we will not allow this branch to be merged. That we can set up using this GitHub. So now let's push this let's push this to GitHub and see what happens on the GitHub. So as you can see, this is our GitHub repository, and if you can see, we have one action pending over here. So we can see the details over here. So as we issued the git push command. So that is nothing but we push the changes to the main branch. So on every push to the main branch, it will run this workflow. Although we have not set up that whether this if in case this workflow fails, we are not merging the changes, but that we can also set up. First we will check, or we will verify that whether all the test cases are running or not. So you can see Cypress tests are running and all these test cases are passed. So at the end we will, so this is the similar input that we see when we issue the npx Cypress run commands from our terminal. So this is the last spec file, I guess. So you can see all the test cases that we have described in all the spec files are passed. There are no failures. So all these artifacts are not uploaded, and this Cypress run, this GitHub Actions is completed, and we can also see that this is success over here. This is marked as success over here. So that's how you can set up the GitHub Actions for your Cypress if you want to set up CI/CD pipeline. Now we can also check, we can also make another branch, and we can, from that we can pull requests to, we can create a pull request to this main branch, and that will also enable this workflow. So that's very simple for you to understand, right? And I think that's it for this video. We have seen that how we can set up this CI/CD pipeline for Cypress. And if you have any questions related to that, you can feel free to drop those doubts inside the comment box of this video, and I'll answer those as soon as possible. And yeah, that's it for this video. We'll meet in the next one. Till then, keep learning and keep exploring.